The quarterback, he plays the most important position. Yeah, he's the most important player. He's the guy that wants $35 million, wants to be the highest paid player in all the football. This is a game he must win. He needs to win this game. Skip, you can't lose to an 0-4 Jets team. Look, they lost to a team that had won 0 games, and the guy that's starting at quarterback had just come back because he had mono, and they said his spleen was the size of a football. That was the guy that beat your team that you said that was going to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. That Pro Football Focus said, even after 2 consecutive losses, say this is the best roster in football. They said it because Skip Bayless telling me Pro Football Focus, those guys sit in rooms and they watch tape.
They're right.
Oh, I can't take.
They're right.
So you should be embarrassed. The best team, a team with the best roster in football, lost to a winless team, to a quarterback that just come back in a month. Had been out a month. They say he went on vacation. They say go away because we don't want you to get anybody else sick. And that's the guy that beat your guy. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. If you want to be thought of, considered top tier, got to win games like this. Because if you can't beat this team, who are you going to beat in the NFC? You already lost to New Orleans minus Drew Brees. You think you're going to beat Seattle? Nah. Already lost to Green Bay. Nah. And the way First Cousins played yesterday, now he back to being First Cousins. Skip, look, Dak Prescott has as good of a situation as any quarterback in the NFL. But let me tell you, the moment it's not perfect, it goes to hell in a handbasket. The moment Amari Cooper is not there, spraying the ball all over the place. The moment Tyron Smith and Lyle Collins, now somebody's, I ain't gonna call no name, somebody's tweeting, hey, I'm so proud of my team. The right tackle is the undrafted free agent. Welcome to the world of being in the NFL after week 1. Injuries happen.
Undrafted rookie free agent.
Rookie
played the whole game at right tackle.
What?
Somebody's creeping on my
tweets. Nobody creeping on nothing. Yeah. I want you to stop tweeting because what you're trying to do is I'm so proud of the way my team battled.
I did not use that word yesterday. I didn't use it. You're putting words in my tweet mouth. That's a lie.
Have you ever used that before? Have you ever used that before?
Well, not yesterday.
Have you ever used it?
Last year, I probably did.
Earlier. Skip, here's the thing. Look, here's this. In the last 3 games, you scored a grand total of 9 points in the first half. 0 touchdowns. Now, if you don't mind me asking, who is the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys the last 3 games this year? You can answer that. It's not rhetorical.
Is it my turn to go? If it's my turn, I'll go and go and go.
No, I want you to go.
Because when you relinquish the floor, you're about to get nuked.
No, ain't no nuking. Yeah, all I'm saying is that when your guy does not have an ideal situation, have one of the best receivers, have the best offensive line, has Zeke Elliott eating on every other play, he looks very pedestrian. He looks very average. And that's what he looked yesterday once Amari Cooper went out of the ball game. Now, I know what you're going to try. He still had a 73 or 74 QBR.
No, get it right, 74, not or. It wasn't an or, it was a 74.
It was like 73.6.
Where did that rank all for the whole weekend in the NFL? Help me out. I'm just asking a rhetorical question.
You don't have
It was the 7th best QBR in all of football for week 6.
Hold on.
Right.
So,
but he's spraying the ball all over the place. Really? I didn't see. I must have
hold on. Can I finish? He still has the best QBR in all of football.
Huh. Oh, wait. Did you just say he's number 1 in QBR in all of football?
Is Dak Prescott the best? I'm glad you said that. Because guess who has the number 10 quarterback rating in all of football? Tom Brady. So Tom Brady is the 10th best quarterback in all of football.
Skip Bayless said
it. No. You said that. That's what you said. But guess what? Guess who is 5/10 behind?
Thank you for putting Dak and Tom Brady in the same sentence. I appreciate that greatly. Because you just said he was a bust.
All I'm saying. And guess who's 5/10 behind Tom Brady in level? Joe Flacco. So Joe Flacco has only played marginally worse than Tom Brady.
So all you got right now is to rip Tom Brady because you know you're going to get shredded about Dak Prescott.
Skip. There's nothing to rip. Tom is sitting at home. Tom might be in Bora Bora because they have a bye. Tom is good. Tom is sitting in the catbird seat chilling. I'm talking about your guy, how he took his team after losing 2 straight games to New York and lost to a team that was winless, that had showed no pulse, no life. And he threw, and I forget the guy's name, Sam Darnold.
Yes.
Threw for 338. Cooked you guys. Cooked them.
Dak play defense?
Whoa.
Does he play safety?
He played offense. How many points did he have in the first half? He played off. See what you do? See, every time when things don't go the Cowboys' way, you blame everybody else. Jason Garrett's going to get blamed. The defense going to get blamed. All of a sudden, it's always someone else's fault. Offensive line, Dak is without blame every time they lose. This is what we know. This is fact. The last 3 games, while Dak is playing quarterback, 0 touchdowns, 9 total points in the first half. You can't keep starting behind the 8 ball.
How many quarters are in a football game? How many? Help me out, Hall of Famer. Help me out.
Well, they might.
4. What happens in the second half? On schedule every time. You ever seen anything like it before?
And you continuously lose. So maybe you need 10 quarters. Maybe you need 6 quarters.
Tell me when it's my turn. I'm getting bored.
One more time before you go. You can get bored all you want to, but that's not going to change what happened yesterday.
I haven't heard any wisdom yet.
0-3.
Yeah.
And you're mad at me.
I've only heard straight Cowboy hate. Completely unobjective.
Skip, look at the numbers.
Before I get to my main points, I got to say, my quarterback yesterday was the least of my worries. And I had a bunch of worries yesterday, but it wasn't the quarterback, because that was the all-time warrior performance I think I have ever seen. You're down your left Pro Bowl tackle, Tyron Smith. You're down your right star tackle, Lyle Collins. And you got 2 just guys in there, including the undrafted free agent rookie at right tackle, against who's the coordinator for the New York Football Jets? Greg Williams.
Yeah.
Nobody can ignite a defense any better than Greg Williams, especially when he smells blood. And my blood of my quarterback was being spilled all over that carpet yesterday because my quarterback took as much punishment as I have seen a quarterback take since Greg Williams inflicted bounty bowl punishment on Brett Favre in the NFC Championship game. Since that game, I've not seen a quarterback take more hits and jump up and fire back again. My quarterback is an animal. My quarterback is as physical and as durable as any quarterback in this game, and that was nothing but an all-guts performance by my quarterback yesterday. So, to your point, he still leads the whole NFL in QBR. His QBR was correctly ranked yesterday as 74. He had 5 drops, not according to me, according to ESPN. If you want to take issue with them, take it. And Michael Gallup had 2 of them, and there was a 3rd ball that hit him in his hands that I thought he should have caught. So my quarterback was getting little to no help because he lost the receiver that I told you changed my life last year at midseason. Amari Cooper was gone after 1 catch for 3 yards and got hit in the thigh, and I hope it's just a bruise. That's what they're saying. I hope he'll be back for Philadelphia. But they were already down Randall Cobb, who has helped change my life as a new slot receiver in place of Measly Beasley. So you don't have your number 1, you don't have your slot, you don't have either tackle, and you lose both starting cornerbacks during the game. And yet, despite that all, my quarterback rose above it and had 2 long touchdown drives in the 4th quarter to get them back in a game they should have won. And before I tell you why they should have won it, I want to be very clear about this. I do still love my team, and I love my team's chances of winning the NFC East against a team from Philadelphia that got blown out yesterday by a quarterback we have owned every time he's faced us. Kirk Cousins was 1-6 against the Dallas Cowboys. He was 0-4 against Dak Prescott. And yesterday, to your point, he turned back into first Cousins against the pathetic defense of the Philadelphia Eagles. They got blown out. Did my team get blown out? No. Does it start slow? Does it start slow? It started slow 2 straight weeks, 31-3 down and 21-3 down. And it roared back in both games and came within an onside kick of making it a game against Aaron Rodgers and came within a failed 2-point try of tying the game and sending it to overtime against the New York Jets and Greg Williams. So, why should my team have won that game?
Yeah, why should
Let me count the ways. The referees screwed us twice. Okay, here we go. Let's just see how screwed we got yesterday.
I want to see.
Let's look at the play. 8:02 in the 3rd quarter. Your favorite Dallas Cowboy, Jason Witten. Yeah, he's back, and I don't think the refs liked him because they must not have liked him in the ESPN booth. I don't know. Maybe they hold this.
Man, stop it.
Okay, this is called a pick play. because Cedric Wilson, who's a special teams player, is in the game at receiver.
Yeah, you can't touch
and
that.
He runs into his guy. That's not a pick. He runs into his defender. You cannot throw a flag on Cedric Williams for running into his guy. I'm sorry, that's not a pick play.
Yes, it is.
The other defender guarding Jason Witten had plenty of room to get by, and he was just flat late. And you robbed us of 4 points. What was the final score, Mr. Sharp?
Nope.
Help me out. You're the
Pick.
Sharp.
It was a pick.
It was
Illegal
not
pick.
a pick. That's not a pick. You can't call that. Did he block the defender that was trying to chase Jason? He did not. He's not smart enough to do it. He's like third string.
All right. Hello, friends. Mark Holmes here. And as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. For some reason, my Mevo cameras, I got to stop going and taking these things. Every time I do, I have problems with my cameras. So I'm having a problem with my Mevo is kind of like pixelating. So let's thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, being here. So let's get open for business here and let's wake up the football gods. And let me see if I can get my camera to act right. Just bear with me for a second. Moderators, I want you to do me a favor. Please do me a favor, moderators. Rashid and everybody. We've been blocking a lot of people. I don't know if it's by accident or on purpose or what the problem may be, but let's not be too quick with the trigger, okay? Because we're kind of blocking people left and right, and then people are like, "Hey, man, I've been a fan of the show for a long time and things, and I got blocked and stuff." Now, understand, if we've got people that are acting like complete jackasses, and you guys know what I mean by complete jackasses, by all means, if they're doing personal attacks, saying things about Maui or Miss Jackie and things like that, those people block, but. Don't block people that says they come in and say, well, the Dallas Cowboys are bad, they stink. But, within reason, okay? Within reason, okay? I don't mind having people have a difference of opinion because, in fact, we should have people with a difference of opinion because this is the problem that we have. Everybody is so jaded on getting just what they think is their point of view and everybody who agrees with them that you never understand the other side's point of view. And if you only deal with people that agree with you, then you're going to be closed off into the circle. Because here's the thing. I might end up having a different idea than you have. You might have a different idea than I have. And you know what? If we take those two ideas together, we might find a solution that works for both of us. So let's not be too quick with the trigger. Still not understanding why I'm having problems with that camera. Okay, let's see. My Wi-Fi, we had some bad storms that came through yesterday, and that might be also the problem and everything. So, yesterday stunk. Let's be honest. Yesterday hurt. But you know what's funny? Is as we look at what happened with our team, it's not funny. We've looked at firing Jason Garrett. Unless you're going to have somebody that's going to get along with Jerry Jones and that's going to really be able to do changes, it's not going to necessarily matter. Although, here's the thing about Jason Garrett. I've said this. Jason Garrett has all the records that you don't want to have as the Cowboys head coach. And here's another one of these crazy statistics that we got yesterday. NFL teams that are 90-1 since 91 win. They win time of possession, total yards, turnovers, pickup, 25 first downs, and convert at least 10 or more third down attempts. We are the only one. And we could go through the list of all of these different games that we've had these kinds of problems and stuff with. I mean, I don't want to go through them, but there's lots of different records that Jason Garrett has that you don't want to have as the coach of the Dallas Cowboys. You just don't. Okay? But the reality is, if we fire him today, who are you bringing in? Who's going to come in at this point in the season? Because at this point in the season, you only have a couple of padded practices left. You're not going to implement a new system. It's not time. So you kind of have to go with the horse that brought you here. Now, I will say this, though. If what we saw with the players, and again, that was just a couple of players that went through. They've been making a whole lot of stuff about, him reaching out, and you kind of wonder, is that the whole locker room? Is that the whole locker room? I don't know, but it's something that bears watching. Now, the thing that drives me crazy, no, actually, it doesn't drive me crazy because I see all kinds of Eagle fans that are in here, and this is Eagle Hate Week, and I'm gonna get to you cockroaches in a little bit. But the thing that amazes me is I'm focused on my Cowboys after they lost. I'm trying to figure out what did we do wrong, what can we do better, what is the deal, and so on. You would think that the Eagles just won the damn Super Bowl because they didn't have a care in the world. They're in here yucking it up about it's like they cared more about the Dallas Cowboys losing than their own team that's in the same boat. Because make no mistake about it. Understand. Make no mistake about it. Eagles, you suck as bad as our Cowboys. Both of us are 3-3. We stink. We smell like some crap. Yes, we lost to the Jets, but you lost to the Atlanta Falcons. The only team that they beat was you. Thomas Garrett, thank you very much for that super chat. So don't think that all of a sudden that, you guys are the greatest thing since sliced bread. And let's take a look at this real quick here too. Because Kirk Cousins, I'm sitting here looking at this back end that you guys got. You guys ain't covering nobody. You ain't covering nobody. So, and on top of it, you got a rough schedule in front of you. I'll be honest. If we don't have people healthy, it's going to be difficult for us to win. And that's one of the things that I have a problem with our coaching staff. When we have everybody, we seem to play really, really well. If we got Tyron Smith out there, we got Lyle Collins, we got Zeke that's eating and everything else, because we have to fight the referees on top of it. But when we lose a player or two, it seems like we just kind of completely get discombobulated. We just can't seem to function without everybody on the field. Now, Amari Cooper, we may still be without next week, and that's going to be huge. I mean, if we don't have Amari Cooper, we see his value in last week, him not being here, because he makes all the difference in stretching the field. He makes everybody else around him better. And this whole thing that you have Shannon Sharp talking about, when they don't have people, okay, let's be real now. When you have an undrafted free agent rookie starting at tackle, at one of your tackle sides, you got Lyle Collins and Tyron Smith gone. You got Amari Cooper. You got a whole lot of people that are hurting on your offense. And as much as people want to say it's all on Dak, I tell you what, he took a hellacious beating yesterday. I'm not looking for moral victories, but dude, I was worried that he was going to get hurt because the officials, unlike if it was Tom Brady or somebody else, they weren't throwing any flags. If they were throwing flags like they do on other people, we would have had more first downs. Instead, we get touchdown passes called back because they call it an illegal pick and he's getting hit by two guys. Because we all know, and even you Eagle fans that are in here, you have to admit, some of those calls were some bullshit. We are licking our wounds and moving forward to our next game, leaving our last game behind us. Okay. Yeah, so we got a fake Jason Garrett in here. All right. Well, we've had that's another one of those things that I don't understand is some of these trolls that we got. I'm just trying to understand that stuff. I don't get it. But I've got so many people that are fakes, from my brother to Katie Calls It to Victor's and everything else. I guess that's the way it is. And he wrapped his arms around. Yeah, and Jason Witten got basically pulled from behind. But we don't get those breaks, you know? Mark Holmes, have you licked your wounds? It's wounds. It's a lot of them. Felt like I've been cut 50 times. Y'all lose 3 in a row, though. Well, Bird Gang Sports, how you doing tonight? Okay, you know, come on in. Now, again, moderators, put people on timeout. If you have to keep putting them on top, keep putting them on timeout. But unless, you know, say, hey, I'm about to turn this guy, you know, block him, let me know before you do. But Bird Gang, does it matter if you lose 3 in a row or if you lose 3, you know, going every other game? 3 is 3, right? Or do they count more when you lose them in a row? I'm just asking because it seems like you're saying that, well, you lost 3 in a row. Okay, well, we can also win 3 in a row like we did before. Boomer Sooner, I know she hasn't, and that's why we had a fake Katie who was in here, you know, picture and all that, saying, oh, you took my moderator stick and stuff. It was a troll who was pretending to be Katie, so we blocked her. Then I got a person who said he was Rondo Holmes, which is my brother. And when I asked some questions, I knew it wasn't him. Then we got a person who said that they were Victor, and another person that said that they were Victor's friend and that he had committed suicide. So that's what I'm saying, that we got a lot of fake ones. So your coach is not a troll. So we got a person here is Jason Garrett, and we know that's not really Jason Garrett. So let me go to this camera because this other one is, I can't understand. Let me try it one more time because I hate looking at this camera because then I can't see the stuff over there. So let's see if it's acts up right now. I guess it's just one of the Mondays. These Dallas fans. But the funny thing is I'm trying to understand some of my Cowboy faithful, okay? Kevin Milton, and I shouldn't even say his name because it probably emboldens him more. He claims to be a Dallas Cowboy. I'm just using him for example. Okay, Jason Garrett. So if you're Jason Garrett, you're looking for a friend right now, right? You're looking for somebody to clap you up. Okay. And that may be true. That might be true. Kevin Milton claims to be a Cowboy fan, yet he's the first one to put out some trolls. I mean, basically like troll type videos or troll type. Okay, Jason Garrett. So if you're Jason, some troll like pictures and things, and I've got to work on the coloring on this. There's a certain way. It's weird. I'm looking at the picture now, and the colors are off. It's weird because you have to turn down the blue, and it looks like crap when you look at. So I'm looking at this picture; it looks fantastic. The problem is the camera sees it differently. So I'm going to have to change that around. And I see my camera is just acting up. Must be my Wi-Fi. I apologize. I hate it when something like that happens, but shit does happen from time to time. And let me try one more fix. Okay. All right, there we go. Let's see if that'll do it. Okay, so we're using actually a webcam that's not very good. It's just like terrible. God, it looks like crap. One more time. Okay. So if you're a Cowboy fan, breaking news, Cooper is playing Sunday. I still think it's a little early to tell right now because it's only Monday. I bet he wants to play for sure. But hopefully we can get Tyron Smith back. Hopefully we can get Lyle Collins back because we need those guys in here. But back to the Eagles and Bird Gang. You were saying, well, you lost 3 in a row. Well, you lost 3 too. And how do you explain losing to the Atlanta Falcons? Because it doesn't matter if you lose by 1 point or 30 points. You lose. At least the Jets is an AFC team, so it doesn't hurt quite as much as losing to the Vikings. Because here's going to be the problem. We play each other this week. This is really kind of really setting up some stuff. And if you go to the Eagles schedule here, Eagles, you guys, what y'all got going on over there on Facebook? I see a lot of hearts and thumbs up and everything else. Oh, Lordy. Oh, Lord. Okay. So, here's what's going on over on Facebook is we've got Victor over there saying, "I'm alive, laugh out loud. People trolled me. Thanks for actually caring about me. It means the world to me." I just wish I knew what the hell was going on. That's all I wish I knew. Um, Seriously, Katie calls it. Katie got off YouTube and she really got back into her religion and stuff. And so that's where she was just kind of like, I'm done with it. Too many trolls and sick people and things like that. So that's what actually happened to it. But anyway, back to see this better. Eric Freeman, thank you very much for the super chat. Yeah, we need to figure out why we don't play first in the first half. I don't know why we don't play good in the first half. I wish I knew why we come out flat. And to me, that's on coaching. But we'll get back to that in a minute. But here's the thing. This week, Eagles got us. They got the Bills, which we all thought the Bills would be a pushover. Then you got the Bears. You got the Patriots. You got the Seahawks. With that secondary that you got, without the lack of receivers, you still have Deshaun Jackson, who is your deep threat, who may be back this week. But here's the thing about Deshaun Jackson. He hasn't been able to play all season, basically since the first game. And if he's not back and able to stretch the field, he's not worth anything to those guys. So, Eagles, you guys are a little bit, you're some wounded birds your damn self. On the flip side, we, of course, got the Eagles. We got the Giants, and at this point, there's no given games. We got the Vikings. We'll see how we play against the Vikings ourselves. Then we got the Lions and Patriots. Not an easy task if we're playing like crap and we're missing people, but I think it might be a little bit better than what the Eagles have to play. But the reality is right now, with San Francisco playing pretty well, San Francisco is now undefeated, the only team in the NFC that's undefeated. Excuse me. Seattle's playing pretty well. So, of course, you're looking at right now, those two teams being division winner and a wild card. Everybody in the NFC North right now is playing well. So you're looking at possibly the division winner and maybe a wild card coming from there. Then you go to the South, where everybody keeps talking about, you let Teddy Bridgewater beat you. Well, Teddy Bridgewater beat a lot of people. Teddy Bridgewater is undefeated. He's 4-0. He beat Russell Wilson, and I don't hear Shannon Sharp saying, well, Russell Wilson let him beat him. Well, the reality is he scored a whole lot more points on Seattle than he did on us. But, that is what it is. We know we're going to get a lot of hate. It just is what it is with Dak Prescott. The thing that worries me the most about our team right now is what the hell's happened to our defense? Last year, we got outstanding play from DeMarcus Lawrence. DeMarcus Lawrence was an absolute beast. I know teams are focusing on him, but DeMarcus Lawrence is not getting it done right now. 2 tackles and not a single quarterback even hit or sack. The middle of our field, the middle of our line, we're not getting the push. We're being able to be runned on. Our cornerbacks. Why isn't Jordan Lewis starting? Anthony Brown is quick, but he's not quick enough on those guys. Your thoughts on bringing back? No, not bring. No, we don't need Dez. Don't need Dez. Dez, I'm sorry, has not played valuable time in 2 years. Coming back from Achilles tendon and the circus that would be around if we ended up having Dez back. It's just not worth it. It's not worth it. I'm okay with the guys that we have. The bottom line is this. Our guys just got to hold on to the ball. That's one of the problems we have with Dez Bryant is Dez was 50-50. And he comes back, all the media, all the circus atmosphere and everything else. And on top of it, here's the thing. Here's the other reason why you don't bring back Dez too. Yesterday, when the Cowboys lost, the ghost of Jason Garrett's past all came to the surface. You saw DeMarcus Ware going through and just literally like screaming, on Instagram like crazy, okay? Like a wild man. I can't believe we lost. And quite frankly, I did that too. I just didn't do it on camera. Maybe I should have done it on camera. But then you had T.O. T.O. comes out, You want to talk about, basically some BS. This is the same stuff that's been going on for 10 years. 10 years of the same thing. And you gotta look and say, maybe he's got a point. He has been here for 10 years. And he is pointing out some stuff. You've got a lot of people that have come through and said the same thing. We've had players that have come. We've had, new players that have come in. And we still have the same thing. Even Tony Romo, who probably knows more about the Cowboys offense than anybody else, probably more than our coaches, said, it sure seems like that was Jason Garrett's stamp on the offense. So, are we looking at Jason Garrett, who is going through, who's trying to take control of this and kind of messing it up? I don't know. I'm not in there. I'm just putting out there what other people are saying. And you decide. Bergang, yes, Mark, because D-Law said the more they get paid, the better he's going to feel. And yeah. Well, I tell you what. This, that actually, I'm sorry, the camera keeps messing up over there. Try the other one to see what happens. It brings to mind something about D-Law. And I'm hoping that it's just D-Law is still trying to get his legs underneath of him. And because he wasn't able to work out during the during the training camp and stuff like that, that maybe what it is D-Law is still trying to get his legs underneath of him. And the Ewok, that's Joe Boo. Joe Boo is throwing up in the toilet right now, okay? He's still hungover. D-Law just does not seem to have gotten on track, and I'm hoping that it's because he didn't have training camp and he's still working himself into shape. He waited because he was trying to get that contract for the shoulder. But I started thinking about what New England does. And New England never gives out those big contracts. What they do is they let them walk. They get the compensatory picks. They get more picks than anybody else. They draft well in the later rounds. And they pick up a few free agents that are better suited and play roles. Sometimes it ends up being, 2 or 3 guys that are playing the same position. This guy might only play 20 plays or 20 snaps for me, but he does 20 snaps that are really important to what I do. Damn. I think I have to reboot the cameras over there. That's what I'm going to have to do. Just have to leave the Mevos alone. Something's going on with them, so forgive me. So they let Trey Flowers just walk. And a lot of people are like, oh, man, you got to sign that guy. Doesn't seem like they're missing him. They're still the number 1 defense in the NFL. Granted, they haven't played anybody. But you have to look at that and say, they did something right there. So, did they make a mistake by signing D-Law? Because you could actually look and say, Robert Quinn is doing a hell of a lot more, missing 2 games, than what D-Law is doing. And that's part of the difference on this defense. Yeah, it's my wireless cameras are acting up. I'll take care of, or I'll make sure I get that squared away. I think it had something to do with me taking them out of here and getting them. I think they're on the wrong Wi-Fi channel or something. But I can't change those without actually going through and shutting down. I don't want to shut down, but I'll get it figured out. I'll probably end up actually making those hardwired in, which will take care of it. Think we might get Lincoln Riley, our offense. It's not a matter. This is what's crazy though. This is what's crazy because we've told about how bad Dak was. Everybody wants to put everything. Well, your guy lost the game. Well, I'm sorry. You guys can call me a Dak defender, Dak lover, whatever. I don't give a crap. But here's the thing. There was a lot of people that messed up yesterday. But as bad as things were, this is where it's crazy. We had 5 drops, okay? 5 drops. Are the drops on Dak Prescott? Because I know they put, last week they're saying Carson Wentz's numbers are better than what they are because, you got people that are dropping the ball. Okay. By that logic, L4G, thank you very much for the super chat. By that logic, then, Dak was 28 out of 40, which is 70% completion percentage. 70% is pretty good, isn't it? Or am I wrong on that? And that was without Amari Cooper. And that was with 5 drops. If we hadn't got those 5 drops, do you think it would have been a little bit different? 277 yards. And here we go. Here's what people say. Oh, well, stats don't mean anything. Well, okay. When he didn't have stats like this and we were winning games, they were saying, well, he's not a 300-yard thrower. So no matter what happens, it's going to be, it don't matter. You guys follow me on that? Because when we were dinking and dunking and winning games, people were saying, well, it's not because of him. It's just because he's dinking and dunking. Okay, so now he's got numbers that are top 5 in the NFL. Oh, well, he's not winning games. Well, guys are still dropping balls. But regardless, even as bad as everybody said that Dak was and getting lit up, he didn't throw an interception. He didn't fumble the football. He only got sacked once. Well, Dre the Great, here's the great thing, buddy. I'm repeating the same story because you hear what every show out there. Antoine Myers, thank you very much for the super chat. Because every show out there went through and said the same thing. Your guy lost to the Jets. My team lost to the Jets. When we win, I don't say Dak won the game. I said my team won. It's a team game. And this crap that we keep hearing, you're going to get the same thing because I will forever try and bring out the correct stats. You know, let's take a look. Let me pull this up real quick. Hold on. Because let's take a look here as we're killing my quarterback. Just humor me for a second. Mr. Perfect. Yeah, okay. Let's take a look at what he did yesterday. Wait, where is it? Okay. As we talk about how bad my quarterback was, Jared Goff threw for 78 yards yesterday. 0 TDs, 0 interceptions, 78 yards, 54 completion percentage. Josh Eckerman, thank you very much. And you're 100% right. Our biggest problem is our slow starts. Why didn't he lead with Jared Goff and the Rams? You know, they have the same record that we have, 3-3. Or, you know, and they'll say, oh, well, Gurley's not playing. He's not winning because Gurley's not there. Sounds like Skip, but Dak's QBR. Well, no, I'm just. If this was Dak yesterday, I would say, yeah, kill him. Kill him. You can't never get any attention around here? Okay. Is that the real Tracy, or do I have one of the fake Tracys in here? Because I have a lot of trolls. I can't ever get any attention in here. Okay. I don't know if that's my wife or not because of the amount of trolls. Goff only had 78 yards. 78. Period. He had 1 fantasy point. Did anybody talk about that? You know, Carlito, I tell you what, man. You know what? I love how everybody thinks that I have so much power that I literally control the Dallas Cowboys' destiny. You know, when I tell my wife, you know, I got to change some stuff up because, you know, I got to make sure we got the karma right. She looks at me like, do you really believe that you control the Dallas Cowboys? She's like, do you really and truly believe that you control the Cowboys? So, Carlito, do you really believe that I control the Dallas Cowboys in their future? Kayla Lachey. Okay, I hope that is my daughter. Because, you know what, I've got so many trolls, they're probably going through and picking them up. Hello, Kayla, and hello, Tracy, and I will check after the stream to see if you guys really are the real deal, because I've had a few fakes in here. In fact, so I need to know if I need to block you guys now. because we've had some strange things happening. What? Is that Kayla?
No, it's not.
That's what I thought. All right.
You know her username is not her.
I'm just saying.
I said it's not her name.
Okay.
It's like that. That one I know for sure is not Kayla. I don't know what Tracy is.
Okay, check and see if that's Tracy upstairs too.
She probably went to bed.
Okay. All right.
Bed or watch the TV.
So here we go. So somebody like that you can block. This is just crazy how some of you guys are.
She went to bed. Her son went
Jet D. Unbelievable. I guess I'm gonna have a fake Michael Anthony Fitness. Mike, you keep moving my camera. You literally, and that's the only one that's working. Mike, you just turned my we got a problem with the Wi-Fi. My cameras keep jacking up.
to restart it.
You just want, I did. Well, I tried, but that didn't work. You just want Jason Garrett. I think we all want Jason Garrett out. We all want Jason Garrett out. But here's the thing. It's too late. Well,
It won't be at the end of the year.
I tell you what. If we lose badly to the Eagles, that could be a possibility. If you ask... If you ask, now I lost my thought.
How about Jason Garrett?
Jason Garrett. When you think back to when Wade Phillips was fired, they kept saying, "He's fine. He's fine. No problems here. We're not going to, we're good," until they fired him. If you end up losing bad to him, it could definitely be one of those things that all of a sudden, yeah, we're going to make a move now to try and save the season. And that's the bottom line on it. If you end up losing 4 in a row, including to the Eagles, then all of a sudden that's where things look a lot different and you end up making a change. So could it happen? Of course it could happen. But the thing that happens that's crazy is because the Dallas Cowboys are the most popular team, because you're in a can't lose situation if you talk about the Cowboys. You can make a name for yourself talking about the Dallas Cowboys, and a lot of this is because this is what Jerry Jones has created. Because Jerry Jones is out there, because Jerry Jones has got all that money, because he's got that incredible stadium, when you're on top or when you have a lot, people want to bring you down. And because there's so many Dallas Cowboys fans out there that when we lose, Stephen A. Smith, he's living up large right now. I don't think he actually hates the Cowboys. I caught him hugging all over Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones to the point of, get a room, Stephen A. Get a room. Lincoln Riley, we could go after him after the season. Well, that's possible. But here's the thing. So the Cowboys lose, immediately they point to Dak Prescott. Or they talk about Jason Garrett. So all of a sudden, we keep focusing on those guys. They pick out, a bad play here of Dak and all that. But because it's only the Dallas Cowboys and Dak Prescott that they show, you don't see what Baker Mayfield is doing in Cleveland. Remember when Cleveland was an odds-on Super Bowl favorite? Odell Beckham Jr. Oh my God, they got Odell, they got Landry, they got, Baker Mayfield, who was the rookie sensation. He's the real deal. They're 2-4. Odell is like 27th in the NFL in receiving. Odell. They don't talk about that though. Jared Goff, a lot of you probably didn't know that Jared Goff had 78 yards. They don't talk about Jared Goff. Jared Goff has got 7 TDs and 7 interceptions on the season. That's it. Period. So if you're saying that the Cowboys aren't winning with Dak, who threw for 277, 200 yards more, Then why aren't you saying that about Jared Goff? Sean, there you go, Sean. Great point. Blaming Dak is easy and lazy to take. That's it. Oh my God, Justin, hold it, Justin. Wait a minute. Let me play it again. Shannon says your guy lost
it. He needs to win this game. Skip, you can't lose to an 0-4.
You didn't hear him?
Look, they lost to a team that had won 0 games, and the guy that's starting at quarterback had just come back because he had mono.
You didn't hear him talking about?
His spleen was the size of a football. That was the guy that beat your team that you said that was going to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. That Pro Football Focus said, even after 2 consecutive losses, say this is the best roster in football. They said it because Skip Bayless telling me Pro Football Focus, those guys sit in rooms and they watch tape.
They're right.
Oh, okay. I can't take.
They're right.
He'll get into it. I don't feel like playing. I just can't take Skip anymore. No. All the hater shows have been through there basically saying Dak Prescott, he blah, 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 blah. Okay. Joseph, thank you very much for the super chat. Joseph, Tony Romo kind of put it out there that, it seems to be like Jason Garrett stamp all over it. So, whoa. Joseph, thank you very much. Twice on that one. That's the thing that we're hearing from Tony Romo. And I swear, when they're in the red zone, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't everybody figure after we threw it, trying to go to Jason Witten on the touchdown, that we try and go to Jason Witten on the 2-point conversion? That was back to being kind of predictable. I felt like that's where we were going with the 2-point conversion. And Zeppelin fan, I agree with you. I agree 100%. It doesn't feel like, it feels like we've gone backwards. When we were playing in New Orleans, I felt like Scott Linehan was back coaching the team. And that's where you kind of wonder what's going on. Joshua, I didn't get a chance. I see you got a second channel there. I didn't have a chance to go back through. If you were actually seeing how much I actually had to go through to find him, you'd understand. I just have not had time today. But I'll find it and get it unblocked for you. Dak was the only player who looked on offense. I can't disagree with that one. To me, the team just looks quite uninspired. When you look at them on the sideline, I don't see anybody fired up. Last year it seemed like, I don't know, maybe we're going to be a second half team again. I wish I knew what it was going on. But this whole thing of every week that we start out really, really slow, first half is just straight garbage, and we're a second half team. I'm glad we're a second half team, but we can't get in a big hole like we're doing. And the thing about it that drives you crazy, oh my God. It drives me crazy because I see the same thing that happens year after year after year. When we had the 3rd down and a half a yard. I said this last night. I've said this so many times, and it's like, wake the F up. If you have a half a yard or less, Travis Frederick is back to being Travis Frederick. Okay? If you don't understand football real well, understand you have the advantage on the offense when you snap the ball. You know when it's coming. You have the quarterback under the center. He can flick his fingers, give me the ball. And he knows as soon as I hand him the ball, I'm going to fire out. It's basically 2 people that make the play. It's the center getting the ball to you and firing out, and you're going right off his butt cheek in the crease. The defender does not have enough time to respond because it's hike and go. Okay? That's how it works. The problem is, and we did this against the Redskins in FedEx Field when we lost to them, We did the same thing. It was third down. We had less than a yard. And instead of doing a quarterback sneak, where you have an advantage because you know when the ball's coming, your momentum is going right up the middle, right then and there, we always go to a dive up the middle. You haven't been able to run up the middle, it seems, all season. But now, on short yardage, when everybody's in tight, you're getting the quarterback to take the ball, have to take 3 steps back, and give the ball to the running back. That gives time for the defenders to fire out, to recover, and to change the line of scrimmage. In which case they did, it backed up the ball 2 yards. You know how many times Tom Brady has gone for it on 4th down with the quarterback sneak and gets it every time? Tom frickin' Brady. Dak Prescott is built like a linebacker. I do not understand why the hell we cannot do stuff like that. And that's the kind of stuff that changes the complexion of a game. You get that first down, okay? You get that first down. It's first down on the 4-yard line. You get a touchdown. We win the game. Instead, we go for it on 4th downs. Monique, how are you doing? Instead, we go for it on 4th down, and we get no points out of it. Joe, I pray, thank you for watching the channel, because without you guys, you know, I'm not here, or I'm here, I'm just here by myself. So that's the kind of thing that kind of kills you. Coming out flat, it seems like the team's not prepared to play in the first half. We make great adjustments in the second half, but you've got to get these guys motivated to understand that, especially when we start playing better teams, you can't get down 21-6 in the first half. You can't. It's too much to overcome. And that's where you start questioning coaching, you know, and it's little things like that that add up. It doesn't seem, oh, thank you, Monique. You got to come over sometime and watch a game here. You know, we've got this as a whole sports bar here. Little touchdown. Thank you very much for the super chat. It's little things like that that make all the difference in the world in winning and losing. Sometimes it can be just a little thing here or there. And that's not to say that we didn't play well, because our defense, I don't know what happened. And somebody actually made a comment that actually kind of made me say, that's interesting. Is when you think about Rod Martinelli, was the defensive coordinator, is the defensive coordinator, but now you've got Chris Richard, who is kind of a defensive coordinator. Is there stuff getting lost between the two of them? Are they kind of in between the defenses of philosophies where the guys now are kind of getting a little confused? Or is it just players that were injured coming back that weren't ready? Because Byron Jones does not look like Byron Jones we had last year. Byron Jones was a top 5 cornerback until his hip went. Right now he's about in the upper 20s. Jalen Smith had 3 tackles yesterday. 3 tackles. DeMarcus Lawrence, not doing it. Antoine Woods has been injured. Malik Collins, haven't heard much from him. And the only person you can look out on the defense right now and you can say, okay, is, God, I'm having a brain fart, Robert Quinn. That's the only guy on the defense that you really can't say, yeah, that guy's balling out. So the defense has got to do better. We got to do better than what we're doing. And we got to get people healthy. If we get Amari Cooper back, if we get Tyron Smith back, we get Lyle Collins, I think we got a good chance to take care of the Eagles. And the Eagles secondary is garbage. And Eagles, you guys even know that your secondary is garbage. So don't get mad at me. You know your secondary is garbage, straight garbage. And your offensive line is not protecting Carson Wentz that well. Carson Wentz, I'll give him credit because he's not throwing to anybody, and his offensive line's not doing good, but he's still playing really, really well. And the fact that he's still upright, I will give him credit on that one. So I'm not going to be just a hater of the Eagles. Listen, one of us has got to win the division, unless you are dreaming like the Redskins were today. I'll definitely tell them hello. Tell everybody you said, okay. I hope they got that gas thing taken care of at your apartment building, because I saw you on Instagram there, outside and everything. Man, that's a scary situation. I think, you know what? I think we got this one too. I think because if there's one thing we all know about Jason Garrett, this is what's crazy. Jason Garrett is like a cockroach. And I'm not trying to say he's like a cockroach like the Giant fans or the Eagle fans. And Eagle fans that are in here, Dario, thank you very much for that super chat. Hope I didn't mess up your name too much. I'm not trying to be derogatory towards him, but the funny thing about Jason Garrett is he's a survivor. He is like, you know how there's that person on your job who always does just enough not to get fired. Doesn't do anything extra to go ahead and get, to advance. But doesn't do enough to get fired. I mean, does enough that he doesn't get fired. And that's how Jason Garrett is, like a cockroach. Cockroach, they say, will live through a nuclear blast. They'll still be around. He is a survivor. Every time we think that Jason Garrett's going to get fired, the team turns around. It happened last year. Remember? 3-5. What happened? Go on a run. 8-8, 8-8, 8-8. What happened? They took away play calling from him. Team goes 12-4. Catch no catch season. After going 4-12, figured he's on the hot seat. Dak Prescott, Zeke Elliott. So that is the story of Jason Garrett. Because what will happen is we will beat the Eagles. We'll beat the Giants. Go through, probably win the division. I'm going to say this. And then get into the playoffs. And then Jason Garrett, they'll say, bring him back. And the nightmare will continue. He'll do just enough to keep his job. Now, I'm going to say this to all you Eagles fans out there. Because my team got embarrassed yesterday. My team gave up the biggest play of the season, my defense. The biggest play of the season to the Jets. A guy who had a spleen the size of a football that literally had to wear stuff like he was RoboCop or some shit, okay, yesterday. And he throws a 94, whatever, however long. The longest play in the season. I got embarrassed. We looked like crap. We lost to the Jets. We lost 3 in a row. But you know what? Here I sit. Taking my lumps as a man. Taking my lumps as a man. I show up. I defend my team. Talk trash. And I take all your hits. And no matter what happens on Sunday night, guess what? I will be here. Defending my team. Supporting my team. Loving my team. Maybe disappointed. Or maybe happy as can be. But I will be here because I am a true blue fan. So all you Eagle fans that are coming through, even though you got your butts handed to you by Kirk Cousins, coming through, talking trash, and I know you're going to be talking trash all week long, okay? Just make sure if you lose that you keep the same energy. Don't be the cockroaches that only show up when your team is winning. I have no problem with a true fan. That's why me and Philly 500, people think, some Eagle fans think that Philly 500, that we hate it. No, we're actually cool people. We actually talk on a regular. Him and I can hang out. It's just so he's on the West Coast, I'm on the East Coast. So it's a little too far away. One of these days we'll go out, have a couple of drinks together. I'll have some rum, he'll have some beer and stuff, and, I'll trash him about his Eagles, he'll trash me about my Cowboys. You can like a person and not like the team they support. And part of the whole thing of being a fan is being able to ride somebody when you're winning, but sucking it up when you lose. And that's being a true sportsman. So Eagle fans, if you're going to come in here and ride me when the Cowboys lose, don't be a little punk ass bitch. Excuse my language. I know we have young people in here. But don't be that guy that doesn't show up. If you're going to talk the talk, then walk the walk. Okay? And forgive my language. I've been told that I've gotten to be a bit of a potty mouth, and I'm going to try and do better. Okay, Joseph? You will whomp somebody's behind for him. I don't know who's behind you going to whomp. But I appreciate everybody being up in here tonight. Oh, crap. Sorry. Here's what we'll do. Friday night, we will do a drawing for one of the Jobu shirts. Yesterday was such a ugly, ugly day, and there was so much to talk about tonight. I forgot. Everybody who did a super chat today, and everybody who did a super chat yesterday for game day, we'll do a drawing on Friday for all those people that did the super chats for one of the Jobu t-shirts that I'll go ahead and get to you guys. Okay, so I forgot about doing it tonight. It's actually late, and I got to be up at 5 in the morning to go to work. But don't lose faith. Remember last year we were 3-5. Little touchdown. Thank you very much. Should we keep Garrett with a win as well? Oh man, you get a win, you know he's staying. So there's no point even dealing that as a hypothetical. I believe, regardless, we'll have a new coach next year. How about that one? Well, as long as they found the leak, Monique, they did find the leak or whatever, or the gasoline smell, whatever it was that was smelling. As long as they found that and took care of it, it should be. Hey, Eagle King, Kirk Cousins blew you guys out too. A loss is a loss. In the end, guess what? Your loss actually cost more than what our loss did. Because at least it was an AFC team. I know it sucks that we lose to a team that basically had no wins. But you know, as much as you guys keep talking, how are the Atlanta Falcons any better than the Jets? How are they? Really? They got one win. You lost to them. You lost to the Detroit Lions. You aren't exactly blowing people out. See, if you're going to talk like that, like your team is so, you should have at least won the game. But that's okay. That's okay. Just make sure, Eagle King, if you guys lose, that you come in and say, hey, you're the better team. Because I said, hey, the Jets came in, Greg Williams, they took care of business. They smacked Dak Prescott all over the place. They attacked the team. And they had a better game plan than we did. I'm giving them credit. There's some things that hurt us, but I'm still going to give them credit for winning. And that's all I expect from you guys. Hey, we lost. Go ahead, ride me. But I'm going to still believe in my team. I'm going to still support my team. I'm still going to talk some trash. Junebug in the house. How you doing tonight? And my quarterback still had almost 300 yards getting beat to hell without his number one receiver and without two of his offensive linemen. So regardless of what those idiots out there say, the talking heads and all that, I'm okay with our quarterback. Oh, FYI, for all you guys that are out there talking about, well, you know, what we should do is just draft another quarterback. Zach Turner, thank you very much for the super chat. I'll go back through, get everybody who did a super chat today, and everybody who does the one on Friday will do that drawing for the Jobu shirt. Here's what's funny, because everybody thinks it's just easy to get a quarterback, that you just go out and just draft a guy. You know, Jameis Winston has 10 interceptions already this season. 10. Leads the NFL. Number one draft pick. Marcus Mariota was benched for Ryan Tannehill yesterday. I believe he's got 9 interceptions. That was the number one and number two picks. Take a look at, I think it was 2012, that draft class. Andrew Luck was number one, no longer in football. Russell Wilson was a third-round draft pick. And you look at all the other guys. RG3 was the number 2 pick. He's backing up someplace. How many franchise quarterbacks have we seen since about 2012 that have been drafted? early. We thought Baker Mayfield was one, right? Well, he's not looking like one right now, is he? How many quarterbacks have the Denver Broncos gone through since Peyton Manning? How much money have they spent? Quarterbacks are few and far between. That's all I'm going to say. And all of you guys, because that say just draft somebody, good luck with that one. All right, y'all. You know what time it is. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get the heck up out of here because we're turning down the lights. Because this party is over.
The party's over. They say that all good things must end. Call it a night. The party's over. And tomorrow and next year starts the same old thing again.